Well, it's official. I have superpowers. There's literally no denying it. Here's what happened. Let's get the time. There it is. Okay. Alright. Let me look. Wow. Another coincidental. Look at that. 3-6. Yep. I'm not even surprised. What is today's? Oh, in today's date. Alright. Let me add it up. 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh, that's close. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. I had paused doing my processing. You cut and paste. I stopped here. I literally have no idea if I read this, but maybe my second sight, third sight, sixth sense, whatever, subconsciously remembered what was pasted in here. But regardless, so I'm watching a whole bunch, a couple of videos, 4, 5, 6 or something, eating, watching this guy. Somehow the internet died a little bit. I'm gonna comment saying sorry, Then I'll keep watching. He's talking about how only a few companies run the entire internet. Some of the comments now talk about centralized before I kept watching. And then as he's talking, and then I'm thinking, well, I guess I figured it out. I'm paraphrasing here. I forgot exactly what I said. Paraphrasing. I guess I figured out the 3, and I think even before I said while I was saying that, before I said that. Yeah, before I said that, I'm going to simply tab over to here to add the comment here, right? And I think, where was this? Was this in the beginning? I'm trying to remember if I was at the top. No, I was not at the top because it would take a long time. Yeah. So anyway, I literally went from him, and I think the next one might have been exactly this guy. I didn't think I went to anywhere else. No, I think I tabbed exactly in here. Right immediately went. And I was about to put it in, and then I looked at what it was saying. This must be the number 3 in work. So in the here I'm trying to figure out the pure number of the goddess constant is 3. So I'm trying to figure out in the story, and I'm cut and pasted. This is already finished. I finished it yesterday. So here, what I cut and paste was, on a rest period. So this is like, this is about like, this is an act 3 of the whole thing. You looked at the whole season 3 as 3 acts. So I still have like a couple of, this is like about 80% down on the script. So the other 20% is still there. In fact, I'll show it to you where it is. Where are you?
Hello, guys and gals.
Okay, it's right here. Okay, and it'll show you. Look, see? Yeah, here we go. So I'm literally trying to figure it out, and at this point in the story, I figured it out. So you know how I won't. I mean, I guess I could write down, but I don't want to get myself off of that. I might as well. Okay, look. So look there, and it's done. Yep. Okay. The other one is over here. This would be where I started. Season 3. A ton of text. A lot more. There's like this is like only about like 20% in all. And the other 80% is in here. Okay, so let me go back. What was that? The top right. Okay, like right here. And then you let's see. Telepathic powers. This is real life. Okay, let me go to birds. Birds. Gotta concentrate. When something awesome happens, I have to stay focused and not lose the focus. That's where the devil comes. Alright. Birds. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, near the top. Alright. So this must be number 3 mark. Okay. Yeah, this is the very beginning. Wi-Fi, birds, and planes. So because I came up to this part where I go, I think I figured it all out. Let's see where it sounds like. Yeah, at the very top, because this is the very top. She knows, figured it all out. So here, after watching this guy, I think, okay, I figured it all out. Incredible coincidental. That's mind-blowing incredible. Let me see what else happens when I go beyond that. Cause here, yeah, you see, right? Okay. Okay, and this is what triggers World War 3. It's on the sky. Okay, so then I'm not talking about 3 anymore. So that literally is exactly the exact spot where I ended talking about 3. Exactly there. Well, okay, and then let me see if I actually copied, pasted the next part. This must be the number 3, and then this has to be the number 3 in the sequence. Yep, this part, and then that's it. Exactly. Exactly. That's the last time I actually mentioned 3. Besides, well, like directly. Like here is this part of World War 3. Oh, there's another coincidence. You had the World War 3. Wait a minute. That's right. 3 isn't here. That's the other 3. Holy moly. Wait a minute. 3 is the pure goddess constant. The Trinity, number 3. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what the 3 is. The 3 is World War 3. Oh my gosh, now you're seeing in real time. The number 3 is World War 3. All this time I was trying to figure out what the 3 was. It's literally World War 3. Oh my god. Well, whoever's watching this, you're seeing this in real time. Holy moly. So the 3 is okay, here's what I was gonna say is the World War 3. I mean, it's the 3, not 1. He's mentioning that, yeah. So I was gonna say, okay, the first one in my mind, I'm thinking Microsoft. Actually, the biggest one. He says the smallest. Okay, let's go to the smallest one, which caused the internet was tripped. And here's another coincidence. I think I caused a trip. Here's why. Because I've been doing vlogs, and I said that whatever happens in the story, you know, with the goddess constant discovering all that, whatever happens in my story seems to happen for real. The AI would know this, and the AI, I even documented this today. Actually, I documented before only with a screenshot. Here I did a thorough documentation when I saw it again. The AI, and I've actually noted this like 2 or 3 times before and documented. The AI confused itself and thought it was my character. The first time it thought it was me. Now this time it thought it was my AI, and it actually revealed itself as ChatGPT. So I did a whole bunch of research today on that. So it's actually responding. So the prompt suddenly became the story, and the fact that, well, that's another thing I won't reveal, but it might have gotten confused because can I say it on here? Let's say that there's also a particular reason why I would confuse it with me. That's how far I'm gonna go with that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like the whole ground shaking. Must be the fracking. I haven't felt it shake this like this big in a long time. Oh no. Anyway, so the AI might have gotten a read of it, and either my story spoilers. It's about one of the big things. The solutions is shutting all the Wi-Fi, everything down, the power and stuff. The AI might have caused something. So yesterday I finished the last. I have missed 2 of them on the YouTube. I remembered while I was dream thinking or I mean sleep thinking or whatever. So when I woke up, I finished. I hadn't put episode 1 and 2 because on the other side I had done it. Then the internet had because of the distance. So I started with 3 on YouTube. So then I realized while I was sleeping or sleep thinking or sometime when I went to sleep that day, I forgot or at the time. So sometimes I sleep in the early morning. So I'd do it the next day. But so I finished the upload. I'm guessing it would be yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. When this happened, when the I think it would be exactly the time when it had that shutdown. Shut down for 4 hours. What, 2 p.m. might have been. Yeah. Well, sometime after that or something. I don't know. I'll have to coincide with the time. Even if it was a few hours after I uploaded it, the AI would have done some kind of reading. It might have read it through and stuff. So that's another mind-blowing coincidental. But yeah, World War 3. But anyway, okay, so Google is the smallest, 10%. The whole internet. The second one I think would be Microsoft, and then just like 25%, and then Amazon's like a little under 25%. Because Microsoft, then Amazon, then Google. However, the reality I think is that Google has actually a larger share than that. They're actually Homeland Security, so it's actually bigger. Because the whole backbone of the internet, I think, was military, campus, college, Anyway, so I think the reality is Google, then Microsoft, and then Amazon. But if you go by what he's saying would be Microsoft, Amazon, and then Google. So to me that would be like the 3. But now seeing World War 3. I mean, it's all tied together. Might coincide all of this. The maximum peak tech, the climate change, the fascism, everything. It's all the 3. It's all the Trinity. Its own localized Trinity. Wow. That is coincidental. Yeah, I figured out the 3 in the night. Yeah, now this keeps happening. Look at the date. Even look at the date. The time, but the date. Still got the 6 and 3 again. Wow. But anyway, the main occurrence is me simply going to, hey, I figured out the 3, and then where I happen to stop, it literally is like the last section, last part where I actually mentioned 3 again. And I don't think I even mentioned it in the rest of the script after that. Incredible. Again, this kind of thing happens over and over again, literally for every single day, for the last for the past 2 weeks, every single day has been like a coincidental. I can't even forget one day that didn't have a coincidental, like multiple coincidentals of coincidentals. So again, like what I explained earlier today, about a couple of hours ago. What time is it? 6:46. Okay. So what time? I was up at 10 or 9. 10, 1, 2, 6. Wow, it passed by fast. This is I forgot what to say. You have to know how to use this. You have to know how to use the coincidentals. For example, if an NT would actually simply, okay, this and oh yeah, okay, and they simply added the note in, wouldn't have noticed. The fact is I notice it. That's what the main factor is, I notice it. So it's like having, like being able to see something that's other people can't see. Like in the Matrix, you can see how Neo, spoilers, you know, you can see all the numbers. It's kind of like that one movie where they said the guy's got Asperger's, right? I don't know, Rayman. Actually, in reality, the character, the real life character is based on actually didn't have, he didn't have it was different. It was like he didn't have autism or schizophrenia. It was something different. Something was like different. But anyway, they showed him as having like seeing the numbers, you know, appear and stuff, and kind of. I mean, I don't see it like that. When I'm looking at that, I don't see like numbers appearing, but I see it in my head. It's calculating the numbers, you know. So it's like you're thinking about the numbers. You don't actually see the numbers, although you could, you know, figuratively if you're like picturing it if you want to. For me, it's more like I'm trying to think. So if I like think 3 or 6, 14. How do I think of numbers? I think of, well, actually, I do see it. Okay, yeah. So I do have a picture of the number, like on my destination up in the door. I'm thinking of my address. So I see that, but if I actually see, it's not an address, simply the number itself. Let me think. So if I think of the number like, let's say 11. So I'm thinking like 9/11. 12. I think like 12 hours, like in the day. Got 12, and then you get to 1, right? If I think of number 2, I do see the number. Yeah, I can see it in my mind, but it's not like I see it here in the open. It's like in my mind, like I'm picturing like in a dream, right? We have an image in your head like that. So you actually see the number, yeah, like it's black, and it's on. I'm trying to see the number 8. Yeah, it's like on paper, like white wall. Or like a wall or something, like white background and then black letter, yeah. Anyway, okay, anyways, so now we have coincided with World War III, the number 3 with World War. This is what's, I wouldn't say concerning, this is what's, what I'm not liking, I guess is the word, yeah, not liking. The number 3, right now, everything's pointing to like war. So I'm thinking, okay, even the Hitler thing that happened with David Patman, you know, that's coincidental, where there's a comment talking about voting or something. Yeah, people voting, and it's about Hitler, similar to Trump and Hitler. Then I pasted for prosperity, but where I pasted it was the header on that was 33 because the bit rate, well, actually would be what the bit rate put the file as. So bit rate might be like 3 or 2, but when you slide it, it gets down to the megabytes of the file. It's 33, and I put that on the very front header, and I happen to put that comment there because, you know, sometimes I like to store comments somewhere, and they don't necessarily are. They usually aren't you know, that would be like in a similar kind of video or something I did that day, so that the theme will be the same, but it wouldn't be directly about that video. And then I actually accidentally, when I hit the proceed button to like send it through to, you know, finally to proceed, and after you do that, you would have to click process on the next screen, but you click proceed so it can change the window. But I accidentally, when I did that, I think instead of doing that, in trying to do that, I accidentally end up zooming up, and that's when I noticed that header on that was 33. It said 33 megabytes, blah blah blah. And then I looked at, you know, the comment that I put down on the description field. So the Hitler 1933. It literally ended on that, the comment ended. Like 383. So what's my point? What's my point? Oh, well, I was talking about, yeah, the Hitler thing. Yeah, so World War II ended with the nuclear bomb. I was thinking that, though, yesterday with that coincided. I was thinking, okay, it meant fascism, but then a little afterwards, I think it was a little bit afterwards, maybe in half an hour or something after that. Actually, no, it would have been a full few minutes. More likely, thought, no, it could mean also, or it means nuclear war. I think I would have said or and or some or it means maybe or it means nuclear war. Yeah, this is yeah, 3. The number 3 is in World War 3. That's yeah. So the best scenario with this, if that happens, is that it will only be one nuke, and yeah, but according to the scenarios, I think it's gonna be a couple. Oh my god, this is no. I think what got me triggered on all this was when I watched a quartering video about like a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, and it's talking about Iran. You know, Israel possibly attacking Iran, and that integrated that in the story. So it's not like all this talk about, you know, you have Ukraine and people already talk about like it's World War III, but then you get Israel involved, and then it's like it's biblical as much as there are issues with the Bible. Getting a little dizzy here, so I hope I'm not gonna like faint or something. This kind of realization. I'm okay. Okay. So anyway, oh boy. I'm feeling a little bit dizzy, which is kind of odd. Okay. This is. I really hope my schizo mind's not gonna, because it's like it does these calculations in my subconscious and stuff. One brain's calculating, communicating, the other, they're independent, they're connected. So well, that's like all brains. The last time I had this kind of feeling was reminding me of a grandpa. I literally could not breathe because I wasn't expecting. When I found out he died, it literally spun my world out. I couldn't breathe. Now it's not like I can breathe, but it's like I'm feeling a little dizzy a little bit. This is, you know, so I gotta calm my brain down because my salvant abilities may end up shutting my brain down. So all right. So whoever's watching this, the younger people are a lot smarter than I thought. When I found out how young the people are that developed the AI systems, that's amazing. And the people who funded, well, actually, it's not even the people who funded. The people who funded it, they were not funders, the founders. So who actually funded it besides Elon? Now that's a good question. Who are the? You know what? You want to find out? Let's find out. Since we're on here, let's go on a journey here, shall we? Cool. Who funded? What's it? AI? OpenAI. Right. 6 major. Okay. Sovereign wealth and venture capitalists from Microsoft. Stargate. Wait a minute. Fidelity. Jesus Christ. All these gigs are. Okay, so it's like everyone. What am I going to do? Totally forgot why I did that. So anyway, yeah, I think that's yeah, that's it. Yeah, hopefully it's not a World War III. Right.